As she said, I'm Jenny. I am 29 years old. I wrote myself some notes here. I've been overweight all of my life, and I've been trying to lose weight since I was 8 years old when I went to Weight Watchers camp in Pennsylvania. And that was difficult, being away from my mom. I was a mommy's girl, but you know, that was the beginning of a lifelong struggle. And most of my life, I've always considered it a diet, a chore that I had to do. But this time, this is the first time in my life where I truly feel like this is a sustainable eating plan that I can stick with for the rest of my life. And so that's pretty awesome. One of the reasons, well, there's lots of reasons, but one of the main reasons why I would like to get healthy is because my mom died of a heart attack when she was 40 years old. And she fought obesity all of her life, and I know that that is what she would want for me, is to get healthy and to live a good quality life. When I was 20 years old, I joined Weight Watchers for the zillionth time, and I lost just over 200 pounds. And after that, I went through a lot of difficult struggles in my life. In particular, one of those was that most of the people in my life started to treat me differently, and I didn't know how to take that. I just felt like, you know, this is how people should have treated me all along. I was the same person, I just looked different. And, you know, so that was something I really struggled with, and I think it was part of the reason why I put that weight back on. But like Kim said, now I've lost 160 pounds, so I'm close to being back to the thinnest I've ever been before. Including my current 160 pounds in my life, I've probably lost more than 500 pounds altogether, and you know, so it's been a roller coaster, losing, gaining, but I feel like this is the time, like I'm going to take the weight off and keep it off for the rest of my life. When I first started this weight loss journey, I had decided to get weight loss surgery, and my doctor put me on a 6-month eating plan, which I actually was doing Weight Watchers, just I had to lose some weight before I could be approved for the surgery. But as the weight kept coming off, and I remembered how I'd done it before, I know in my heart that I can do this on my own. What I have trouble with is maintaining the weight loss, which I don't think weight loss surgery really helps much with anyway. So I know this is something, a mental and emotional issue, the journey that I have to go through on my own, that surgery is not really going to help me. When I was a big woman, I found at one point a lot of confidence in identifying as a big woman. I was really involved in the size acceptance community, and so as I'm losing weight, I'm finding out who I really am, because I'm not, so I'm not a small woman, but there will be a day when I will not be a big woman anymore, so I'm trying to find out who I am. Kim was just asking me earlier whether I want to be introduced as Jenny, Jennifer, Jen, and you know, I thought about it for a second and said, I'm not really sure. That's one of the things that all of my life I've just said, oh, you can call me whatever, it's fine. I need to figure out, you know, what name do I want to be called by? So this is a big journey for me, and I'm finding myself. One of the really, really awesome things about having lost 160 pounds is I used to have type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea, but I no longer have either one of those things.
Wow.
So yeah, that is something that I'm just really thankful for. And right now I'm 85 pounds away from my goal weight, and that's the closest I've ever been. And I'm really, really excited about that, because this is the first time in my life where I've really felt in my heart like I can make it there, and I can live a healthy life and just succeed and achieve my goals.
Jenny.
One thing I always say whenever I'm asked if I have any advice is just to never ever give up. This is our health, and it's important, and you know, if we fall, we need to pick ourselves back up again, because this is something we can't give up on ever.
Jenny, your shorts, can you show us?
These are my G&L men's clothing shorts that I used to wear just a few years ago.
Oh, she can get them one leg now.
Yeah.
Wow. Not gracefully, but
That's not the requirement.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
here is, you know, with our recent 5K, Jenny does do a lot of documenting and really helping people in the weight loss journey. And she started off with the group, and then they were documenting her walking. She says, "This is my first 5K ever. I'm going to do this." And then, you know, maybe it's a time lapse and a little sweaty. And and she said, "I'm halfway there, and I see the people up there. They're up there." So then she gets 3/4 way, a little more sweaty, and she goes, "Yeah, I don't see the people anymore, but I'm going to finish this." And then at the end, I mean, you could just feel the triumph with Jenny, you know, that accomplishment that we all experience from time to time when we push ourselves that hard and that far, and that's what Jenny is all about. So put your blog up under Sarah's, because I think we want them both. Let's hear it for Jenny.
Can you share like what has helped you kind of stay consistent? Because I know, like you said, you have a bad day but pick back up. But is there like one thing that, I mean, is it tracking? Is it
The tracking definitely does help a lot. I try to track everything I eat every day. Once in a while, there will be a day where I don't track, but I just jump back on the horse the next day because it is really important for me and my weight loss. And yeah.
And like with Sarah, how she said, you know, how you kind of said you changed like your food, like would you say that you've really changed that whole, I mean?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot more whole foods in my kitchen now, whereas, like Sarah said, it used to be a lot of processed foods.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot more cooking now.
Well, I just, you know, for the whole group, I just really appreciate both of you women and sharing your stories. I just am so inspired as I am sitting here, and that's what we do here. And thank you so much. It's just been a gift, both of you.
Yes.
Do you have an exercise program? Do you walk every day? Or?
Not every day.
She just did a 5K, what do you want?
I walk pretty often. Actually, one thing that
I know,
helps
I
is
was
we don't
there.
have a car at my house right now, so bus stop's about 4 blocks away, and you know, so we have to walk to the bus stop and then take the bus and walk all around the grocery store or whatever, and then walk home to the bus stop. So that works out in my favor.
And exercise, you do stretches and stuff?
Every once in a while I do, yeah. I really, that's one thing that I do need to get into a lot more is working out. I want to find some sort of program.
You guys, and I'm sorry, see, I need to shut up, but Jenny, when you said grocery store, it reminded me, well, you don't have to, really, that she took a picture, were you at Menards or something?
Yes.
And it was a turnstile, and she was walking straight through the turnstile, going like this. We know, you know what that means. It was just such a cool picture on Facebook, so.
And your shorts, that's your anchor, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, that
Yes.
you can, you know, hang on to those, and that's just such a mental picture of your progress, so that's really neat.
Another thing that I consider an anchor is this ring that I've been wearing that a friend let me borrow. To me, it just looks so teeny. My ring used to look almost like keychains when I was at my biggest weight, and so now I look at this and I'm like, I can't believe that fits on my finger.
You have a lot of wisdom for your age.
Oh, well, thank you.
I don't have that much wisdom, and I'm older than your mother.
From you, Kim, is
Yeah. Right?
Yes. I've learned everything.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it.
We'll say it for you. So what would you say is the biggest non-physical thing that has changed about you?
I would say, well, the first thing that comes to mind is confidence, but I don't think that's exactly the right word for it. It's more that I'm coming into myself. I used to live my life to please other people and always make sure that everyone else was happy. And now I'm starting to really take care of myself and find out what I want and what I need. And it's a big change in my life.
You couldn't have done this before, Jenny, and this filled you with a little anxiety. Aren't you so glad you did it?
I am. You know, that night that you asked me to do this, I was just talking before I talked to you with Laura about how, you know, maybe someday when I reach goal, I'll be a Weight Watchers leader. And then
Yes, please do.
And then I
And you
thought,
too,
this
Sarah.
would be the perfect opportunity to find out whether that's something I could actually do
Yes,
someday.
absolutely.
Yes, and
Yeah.
most definitely, because the ability to be a good leader is to be able to inspire others and to help others, you know, get to their goals. And those little progress is the 5% and the 10, and you have that ability. So I would love to have you on our staff someday, and same with you, Sarah. Really, I would be honored, and I think the whole staff would
We all
love
would
to
be.
have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Get a job too, so.
Now Jenny doesn't want to sit down.
All right, any more questions? No.
She could go all day.
She's signing autographs at 2:30.
Yeah. So, I think that this is my blog, but it might be these words switched around.
So press word instead of WordPress maybe? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Peaceful Gem,
Yeah.
I believe, is after, it might